hope you can hear me. I almost forgot to move my microphone from where it sits over on the side to right in front of me. So, hello, my name is IanTheHRPro. I'm an HR consultant and Indigenous relations consultant. I go by the hashtag IanTheHRPro, and today is Wednesday. So today we're talking about gigs and hustles. So side gigs, side hustles, what you're doing, what's your side gig to make a little extra money, or more importantly, what's your marketing plan? How are you marketing your side gig, side hustle? I find on Wednesdays, I tend to talk about my own business because I got small business. I'm trying to build my business, trying to get more clients, and the strategies I use to do that. I like to talk about them because I can. It's my live podcast. As always, this is Ian the HR Pro live podcast. Anything can happen, especially me coughing or having to go to the washroom. Excellent content. I have to move my screen over because I keep looking way over. So obviously I'm not an expert at podcasting at this point. I am just trying to make things happen, and I tend not to look at the camera sometimes. I look at myself at the screen, so at least if it's lined up at the bottom and I'm looking at myself, it still kind of looks like what's up with his eye? It still kind of looks like I'm looking at you, but I'm not. So, as always, I start my show like 3 minutes late. I'm sorry for those of you that might have been waiting on the social media to listen or watch. I am streaming live on 5 platforms today, and this is probably where I'll stay for a while. LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. If you need to ask me a question, please do so in the comments, and we'll talk about small business marketing. That's your side gig, whatever you're doing. If you're an Uber driver and you're got tactics for other Uber drivers to make more money, do it. Let's chat. I can always send a link if anybody wants to join the chat. Today about marketing your side gig, your side hustle, your part-time business, your new small business that you're just starting up and you're working at 100% of your time now. We're going to talk about that stuff or not. I'm going to ramble and nobody's going to ask me any questions. So my sister says in the comments, here's the comments. I'll turn off that QR code. It might be in the way of some people seeing the comments. I got my alarm set for 11:33 a.m. now, so I'm not waiting. So thank you, Joy, my favorite older sister. I have 2 sisters, one older, one younger. She's my favorite older sister. Anyway, I'll turn off the chat just so we don't have to see her nonsense. I joke. I care about my sister. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave that. All my links are up here. If I talk about something during the show, chances are you can find it in the QR code that I've put up here. I've created a Linktree account that has basically all the important stuff for me in there. So scan that QR code and you can check out all the links. I will show some other codes probably throughout the show, but if ever you need something that I'm talking about, go to that. Go to my Linktree. So I'm dying for something warm in my throat, so I'm going to steep my hibiscus and what's the word? Gunpowder green tea. Yeah, that'll wake you up in the morning. Hopefully it's got enough. I drink the hibiscus for helping to lower my blood pressure. Which isn't that bad. Yes, I'm diabetic. My blood pressure is usually around 130 over 80. It's usually right there. And that's, from what I know, is there or lower for diabetic people. That's where they want their daily blood pressure. So, but I go with some hibiscus that helps lower that. Hibiscus also has amazing amounts of antioxidants that are going to help you and protect you. And what else? The green tea, the gunpowder green tea. It's like super green tea. I actually, we put you on the big screen in the living room so Oliver and Jariah are watching you. No, my sister's grandkids are watching me. Hi, wave to uncle, great uncle, grandpa. Oh my God, I'm getting old. I'm old. These are my sister's grandkids, and in the traditional Cree sense, they also call me grandfather or Musum. And yeah. What if I swear? Like, I mean, I do swear now and again. I mean, I'll try to keep it clean. Speaking of the big screen, thanks for reminding me, Joy. Today, I switched my stream to full-on 1080p. I forgot that when I upgraded my account to stream on 5 different social medias, I could also upgrade from the 720 to the 1080p. So I'm in full HD right now. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It did say some platforms would reduce it just to plain old 720p, which is considered HD, but this is like 1080p is like high definition HD or whatever. I guess high definition, same thing, but like they don't hear swearing. Well, you shouldn't be swearing around your grandkids, Joy, says my sister. Like they don't hear swearing. Here's our comments. If anyone else wants to comment something useful, like a question about your side gig, your side hustle, how you're marketing your small business, that's the stuff we're talking about today. And of course, I'll probably just repeat myself. You know, my sister keeps watching the show, so she's probably going to start hearing me repeat stuff. In most cases, you know, you can repeat your marketing message to your audience, because the way social media works is that it's only showing some of your content to your followers, because your followers have programmed the algorithm to things they like. So they may be following you and maybe they liked one video, but they really like Lego and they've liked 100 videos about Lego. So they're seeing Lego videos. So if you're not talking about Lego, that particular follower is never going to see your content unless something triggers it and they see it. So number of followers is not as important as it used to be. It used to be, let's get followers and all these followers will see my stuff. Now it's, let's put out a lot of different stuff that's going to show up for a lot of different people so that they'll see my content. So if I'm talking about golf, I can't play golf. I don't even know when the last time I swung a golf stick, club. It's club. Oh, Joy says she's attending a market this Saturday and will be setting up 2 tables. This is here in Wabasca at the hall from 11 to 4 p.m. So that's in the small town of Wabasca in northern Alberta. My sister has a small business, craft business called Unbound Creations. She has all kinds of cool stuff. She has a 3D printer. See this little green dragon with the gold stuff that's behind me? She made that. See this little Aussie looking character here? She printed that too. Right, and I got some stickers over here that my niece makes. So if you're in the Wabasca area, go check out her tables, her booth. And that's this Saturday from 11 to 4. But if you can't make it all the way up north, you can join her Facebook group with this QR code right here, Unbound Creations, and you'll be able to connect with her and purchase stuff. She might take special orders. You might also connect with my mother, who has some special orders. Now, this link and the link to my mother's Facebook group where she does traditional beading and moccasin making, that's all in my links on my link tree. So that's the QR code in the top right hand corner of the screen. You can go there. Sorry, still coughing, still dying here. Oh, there's a hair. Oh, gross. That's not very strong. It's kind of weak. Now, I ordered some brand new hibiscus leaves. Well, I asked my wife to order some new hibiscus leaves, and she got this great brand, but it's like, it's not leaves, it's the flower. It's a hibiscus flower. So, but they are the whole dried flower. So I don't think I'm getting the quality out. I gotta like crush it and make them into smaller pieces. I think I can get better quality out of it. I mean, it's neat that I'm getting like the whole flower, but it's not as strong. And if you're looking at lowering your blood pressure with hibiscus, you need a strong hibiscus tea. It's very bitter, but I like it. It's okay. Oh, yeah. So I also hate the taste of green tea more. So when I put it in the hibiscus, I don't taste the green tea. Ta-da! Good stuff. What was I talking about? Before my sister so rudely interrupted, we were talking algorithm. We're talking about the algorithm. Right, and I mention that all the time. I follow media expert, I forgot his name, Gary Vaynerchuk. He's probably one of the more real, trustable gurus on there. He started his own marketing company after he helped take his dad's wine store from $4 million a year to $64 million a year in business. And he did that all through the 2000s, 2010s with the internet. He was one of the first people to get 10 million followers on Twitter and stuff like that. Like he did a lot of work. And then he left his father's company and started his own company. He started VaynerMedia, which is a marketing company, because he was an expert at marketing. So he does some real talk. When you watch his videos or his content, he's just like, what are you doing? And he swears a lot, and it's really good content, and it makes sense. So if you're trying to build your small business, here's his Here's his method. Post more content, at least 3 or more per day. But he also says if you can put 10 or 20 pieces of content every day up, then that's better. So more, whatever it is. And you don't pay for this. Posting, the physical act of posting on social media is free. I mean, if you're a larger business and you're paying somebody to create content for you, whether it's written or images or videos, yeah, you'll have to pay for that person, of course. But if you're a small business and you can do all this yourself for that initial growth, then do it. And you need to do this for a long term. 3+ months. 3 months to a year. You need to be just posting like mad. And you're not paying for any of this unless something pops off, something goes viral. And I mean like drastically viral for your business. Like if you normally get, like right now, most of my content, except for the lives, my lives are really low. Are usually, it's like 5 to 7 views right now for my lives, and I'm on for like usually an hour and a half every day. And I have very low views there, but I'm able to take this to take clips from this live and post those on all the social medias. So that gives me a lot more content. But my shorts and reels, these are getting on each platform. I'm not sure on each platform, but I know on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, I'm getting 50 to 300 views. Normally, that's my normal range. Occasionally, I'll get one that goes up to 1,000 or 1,200 or 1,500 views, right? And that's, so I would just consider that a slightly better piece of content. So I'm just keeping an eye on those. I'm not saying, oh my God, I've gone viral, right? I'm just, what's my average? Sometimes it'll spike, sometimes it'll go down, sometimes a piece of content will only get like 10 views. And that's upsetting, but now you know that particular type of content probably isn't going to work for you or your followers or just your business in general. So you got to keep trying new stuff and posting new stuff and seeing what goes viral. When something goes viral, you look at that piece of content and you analyze it, and you do a couple things, or maybe one of a couple things. One, you just pay to boost it, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to put $50 on this one that got 2 million views, and I'm gonna put $50 on it, and it's gonna go out there. It's a good piece of content. You know it's a good piece of content, so put your money only when you know you have a good piece of content. Don't waste your money ahead of time. I spent about $6,000 last year and into to the start of this year trying to do paid advertising, and it got me basically nothing because I wasn't using proven content as my ad content. So you want to have a proven piece of content, proven piece of creative, then you put money into it. Now, the first thing you could do, like I said, you could just boost it and say, yeah, let's just see more. Or when you look at it and analyze it, you can say, I'm going to create more content like this, and I'm going to put money into that content. So, I don't know, better production, whatever, and more paid advertising, right? So you kind of just, let's just put some money in it and see where it goes. Let's see if we can get it to 10 million views, right? Or you create something new based on that topic that went viral. But you also want to start, every time something goes viral, you kind of shift your whole business plan a little bit, your whole marketing plan a little bit. You want to continue doing random stuff, but now there's certain things within your niche, within your market that you're now closing in. You're like, okay, well, this content keeps getting just 50 views, but these ones are continuing to get several hundred or several thousand, and these ones are getting 20,000, 50,000, 2 million views, right? You're starting to kind of narrow in and say, this is the content I should be making for my business. And, so you are making content, but it's not necessarily, this is my product or service, come buy it, right? You're not making mini ads. You got to think about making value, creating value with your marketing. So I try to help people by sharing my HR knowledge, my Indigenous knowledge, my marketing knowledge that I'm learning here today. I try to help people with their resumes and their career growth on Thursdays. And on Friday, I'm just talking whatever I want to talk about, whatever, fun and games on Friday, right? So I'm just naturally getting a little bit of variety with my marketing because I have a different theme each workday, each day of the work week. I haven't been going live on Saturdays on Sunday because, heck, a little bit of work-life balance. When my wife isn't working, I want to spend time with her. So that's what we do. But I have dedicated Saturday morning and early Saturday afternoon to my volunteer efforts, the organizations I volunteer for. And so that's not really something that I'm going live for. I mean, I haven't convinced them that we should have a live meeting that's broadcasted publicly, right? We probably won't do that. But we got to think about the types of content you want to create. Not the niche, not what the content is about, really, but the tactics. So, one, you just got to be posting all the time. Two, you need to go live as often as possible. And this allows you to start building your community, right? It allows people to connect with you, to start asking you questions, or start to know your business or your service or your product or whatever. And you're doing it like this, right? So post as much as you can, go live as much as you can. I know there's a lot of organizations that are like, oh, we're gonna go live once a month and do a workshop or whatever. Well, do you need a workshop? Do you need an actual slideshow that you pop up and you're running a workshop? No, you don't need it. It's just creating the content. The added benefit of going live is if you have a program like what I use, Restream.io, after each live event, it calculates it calls it viral clips, but it curates 5 clips from the show, and you can do a quick editing if they're not quite right, that's fine. But then you can post that from Restream.io to all your social medias that you have connected to it. And That's creating the content. So when I go live, each day I go live, I create 6 pieces of content. The live itself, and then the 5 viral clips that I can pull out of that live. Every day I go live, I'm creating 6 pieces of content. Crazy. And it's almost effortless, because Restream.io is it's got it's AI that's choosing my viral clips. So I'm using AI to help me produce these. So that's the first 2, right? Post as much as you can, go live as much as you can. And the third one is be on trend. So what you do is every day you go to trends.google and you see what's trending. And then you make a quick video about it, or you write a little short piece of content about it. And just make sure you do a little bit of research on that trend. If you just see the word Tylenol and you make a jokey comment about human resources employees need Tylenol, well, I didn't research it enough. And I got a comment that was like, so what you're saying is that when I'm dealing with HR, I'm dealing with someone that has autism, and I'm like, I try not to listen to what the President of the United States is saying, really, but I should have done some research about this Tylenol causing autism, and I did some better research, and I've commented about that in a previous video. I think it was last week I talked about it, but anyway, just make sure you're on point with your trend. Don't just see some word and then make a video about it. Do that little bit of research. And on Google Trends, you actually click on the trend and the screen opens up on the side and it shows you the trend line, and then further down it shows you the most recent news stories about that trend. So then you can get a little educated before you just make some random content. But the idea is you are making random content. You're posting 3+, 10 times a day. You're going live to create that community, and you're doing something random because you're trying to get in front of people. So if I'm talking about golfing, I hit on this before, and you love golfing, well then you're going to like my video, or you're going to watch my content, and you're going to say, who's this guy talking about golfing? And then you're going to see my link or my QR code in the top corner here, and you're going to say, well, I want to know more about this guy, so I'm going to go there. And this person is like, oh, this guy's an HR consultant. Okay, that's great. And he loves golf. I don't love golf. But anyway, so now this person who loves golf is going to see some of your golfing content, and they're going to be like, yeah, we want that guy to come work for us because he's pretty cool and he likes golf, and he has the same golfing problems I have, right? They're going to relate to you. This is kind of that roundabout, backdoor kind of squirrel. They moved on to dance vids. Oh. So, my sister's grandkids are no longer watching me. They've moved on to dance videos. I'm not going to do dance videos ever. It's certainly more entertaining than hearing my voice drone on. They're not getting content. They're kids. They're not getting content. They're not getting value out of my content. unless I'm dancing. So, and I'm not going to dance. Nope. But is that the viral trend? I find it easier to make TikToks, but I don't feel motivated anymore. Yeah, that's the thing. It's being motivated to do your small business marketing. That's my sister. I read her comment. She's not motivated to make TikToks or whatever, right? And that's hard. Well, just kind of refocus. Like, I'm not making any actual TikToks. I mean, I'll do that random video and I will post it to TikTok, but I'm not spending time on TikTok following the TikTok trends. Maybe I should be, right? I'm using Google Trends because it's more world, it's more broad, and that's kind of where I'm at. But if you are concentrating on just one social media, absolutely follow every trend that shows up there. Now, the key to all this is to make sure you're monetized. By monetization, I mean not getting monetized on the social media platform, right? You're not part of the TikTok Creator Fund. Oh, I got a thing in my hair. Look at this. Full HD. Oh, so humiliating. You can see all my gray hairs. Maybe I'm not going to go do full HD anymore. Anyway, I just want really good quality, and I hope that my sound is coming in really well. I do move away from the microphone now and again, and sometimes I move close. I do tend to talk loud when I'm on here, so hopefully, God, you can stuff in my hair. This is so it might be just a gray hair. I don't know. Now it's bothering me. Now I'm gonna have to go off camera and adjust my hair, which I can't see now. Ta-da! It's not fixed. I don't know what this is. It's probably just a dandruff. Always got the dandruff. You know what I need? I need a sponsor from Head and Shoulders. If you work for Head and Shoulders and you want to sponsor a podcast, hey, follow my links and let's connect. I will definitely talk about my dandruff every show to get money from Head and Shoulders. Now my head's just itchy. Anyway, yeah, your marketing efforts can be unsatisfactory. It could be sad. The motivation is gone. Problem is, it has to be 3 to 12 months of just doing it. That's hard. That is really hard. For the average person, yes, it's hard. Sorry, I'm just cracking my knuckles on screen here. My hands are sore. So, commit to this content. If you're trying to make an online business, then you have to commit to this content. And it just takes persistence. It doesn't, depending on what you're doing, if you're going live every day, try to go live at the same time, stuff like that. But I've scheduled the lives in my calendar and told people about them, and it's on my website. So it feels like work for me. I am up, I'm trying to get work done before I go live, and I try to get some work done after I go live. It's work, even though it's my business, it's my small business I'm building. I've created structure. So the structure is always the same. And everyone in the house, my wife and my mother-in-law, they know Ian's going live during this time. They're thinking he's crazy because he's going live over lunchtime and I don't get lunch. But I've created structure. And for the last, what are we on here? We're on Side Hustle 7. Does that mean 7 weeks? No, this should be the 8th week because I missed one side hustle last week. Is that correct? No, last week I missed Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but I was live last week on Wednesday. So it has been 7 weeks since I started going live. And a couple of them I've skipped, so they're not at number 7 yet. They're only at 5 or 6, the themes. But this marks the 7th week I've gone live during the week. Oh my God, a bird just flew by the window. Probably a magpie. Anyway. So, how many weeks is 3 months? It's usually 4 weeks in a month, right? So 12 weeks. So I've got to get to 12 weeks doing this before I can start to make any sort of decisions on whether or not my going live is actually working. So that is still 5 more weeks. I'm just over halfway through this little experiment of mine. And so I'm going live. I'm definitely creating enough content. There was a few days where I couldn't because I was busy working or whatnot. So there was a few days I couldn't get that base 3 posts out, but that's fine because like the next day I did like 8 or something like that, right? So I'm constantly trying to just keep it, but I'm not punishing myself for not getting it perfect. So in 5-6 more weeks, I'm going to decide, do I continue going live? Do I change my topics? Is it even going to be enough time? Should I continue on through the winter and decide in the spring whether or not I'm going to continue live, right? So it's this balance, but it takes time. So I don't know, at 3 months, is that the point when all of a sudden my live podcast goes crazy and all my social media posts start going crazy? Like, I don't know, maybe not, probably not. But I've got to, at 3 months, I decide what am I going to do? Well, how am I going to continue on, right? I've tried versions of this in the past. I love blogging. I do have a lot of blogs on my main website, littlebluehouse.ca, and they're all HR, management related, things like that. But after trying to do that, writing a blog is hard work too. Holy smokes. You got to do your draft or your outline, then you do the draft, and then you make the final copy. Then you usually got to create some sort of image to go with it, whatever, and then you post it on your website. And these blogs tend to just sit there. Blogs like that for your business or topic, there's a lot of blogging websites out there. The best ones always have the best information and data to back them up and things like that. But it takes time. You've got to get like 300 to 500 blogs, and you need to have been posting 1 or 2 a week for 300 plus weeks. 300 plus weeks to 100 weeks, right? Like, it takes time. Blogging's a long slog, but it creates that content that shows up on the searches. Things are changing. Video is becoming more dominant. TikTok, YouTube, right? Like this is where the video is. All the social medias are pushing the video. And that's why I've chosen, let's go with video. And it's a little bit easier about when you're getting ready for an actual video that you're going to produce and edit and put on YouTube. It's a little bit easier to do that for me than it is to write the blog, because I just need to get a short script done, and then I either read it or I just kind of freestyle through each section, and then I just got to do some editing. And editing a video for me probably takes about an hour, as I'm like taking off my heavy breathing and the breathing sounds and things like that. But if you're not looking for super high production quality, you could get a video out a day or a video out a couple times a week, and the chance of going viral seems better. When was the last time you heard of a blog post going viral? Probably not since the mid-2000s, right? Like my sister says, make a blog page for your cats. Maybe we collaborate and we both talk about our cats. Cat pics. Everybody loves the cat pics. And sometimes I will just post a picture of my cat. And it is really amazing. I could post an hour-long video like this and give out the most valuable information about human resources and small business management, and it's just like that stuff that a small business owner is absolutely going to need and could catapult their business. Crickets. And then I post that stupid cat photo. 1,000 people like it. Yep. Oh, yep. That's why you have to choose something random now and again. If you do one random video, if I posted my cats every day as my random video, people are going to say, oh, that's that cat guy, because all they see is my cat videos. And then they click on my links and they say, oh, this guy's an HR consultant. Oh, I love cats, so I'm going to hire this HR consultant because he also loves cats. And oh my God. Yeah, marketing. It is tough, but you really have to commit to it to make it work when it's this new social media free stuff. And we're going to video because we can almost trust it right now. Video proof. The news. Here's the war zone. This is proof that someone was blowing something up, right? There's the proof. Since the invention of TV, video has been the number one proof. I will believe it when I see it with my own eyes. My sister says, yeah, my pet TikToks are the most watched. Yep. People like their pets. People like their cats and their dogs and their fish and their rats. Not in Alberta, though. So, shoot. Joy, you messed me up again. What was I talking about? I think I'm going to remember, and I do a sidebar, and then I forget. I'm like Grandpa Simpson. I can't keep on one story ever. So, yeah, it's gone. Can someone look back in the video and tell me what the heck I was talking about? I'm not winning here. What was it? Oh, dude, what the heck was I talking about? We're talking about marketing. We're talking about staying with it for the long period. We kind of talked about blogs a little bit. Well, we know Google brought out a update last fall, and the algorithm just totally changed. So these people who had spent years writing all these blogs, they have thousands of blogs on their website, and they're all related to a topic. Even the ones that are really high quality, where they've done their own research and are showing real quality numbers about the topic, because they're experts about the topic, right? Even those, all of a sudden, they stopped. Like the views they were getting, the traffic they were getting was basically like cut it in half or more. And so that was me. I hadn't built up my blog enough yet. I keep getting these spurts like in the spring, and I write like 10, 20 new blogs, and then I lose the energy, and the rest of the year I don't have it. So, but I needed to create a lot of blogs, and it was just like, oh my God. And then this update comes and just crushes my plans, even though I was not doing it right. I was not being successful in my blogging venture. Then I was like, okay, we're moving the video, but I was trying to do 2 videos a week, and I'm just not very good at the editing. It was all news to me. It was taking me a long time, and so I wasn't enjoying it as much, just trying to get these videos out. And it wasn't, I got small business issues. It was a small business itis. You're trying to run your small business, but you have no structure for yourself. So I was having issues with the structure, which the live is giving me structure. So trying to get the videos out. And if you look at my YouTube channel, there is a whole bunch of just regular videos there. I don't even know how many I got. How many do I got? I'm going to pop into my YouTube screen real quick. I mean, there's a few recent ones that were just shorts that were longer. So they're like 3-4 minutes long each, something like that. But I was building a series of videos on toxic workplace culture, and those started coming out 8 months ago, 3 months ago, 3 months, 2 months ago, right? And then the shorter lives were coming out. But before that, 10 months ago, 10 months ago, 10 months ago, 10 months ago, 11 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 months ago, like I created a lot of videos during that time of 1 year to 10 months ago. Does it say how many videos I got? Right now on my YouTube channel, I have 289 videos, and they're kind of all on topic with HR related stuff, the actual videos. But in that 289, it's also counting my shorts and my lives. So the number has gone up quite a bit. If I'm doing 6 videos, pieces of content on YouTube, so 6 times 7 weeks, I've added well over 42 new pieces of content in the last 7 weeks to my YouTube channel. But none of it's really the regular YouTube video that you would see. It's shorts and the lives, which is I'm now calling podcast. So you just need to take the time, a commitment, and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for 3 months, and then I'm going to rejig. And what am I going to do in 3 months? I have no idea what I'm going to do in 3 months. I'm going to check each of my main social media, the LinkedIn, the YouTube, the Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitch. And I'm going to say, what has performed the best? Or what is starting to show growth and should I stay with? I could move to other main ones, but I am taking the viral clips, the AI clips. I'm putting them on other places. So I am doing TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I can't remember what else I'm putting it on. Definitely, it's going on my Facebook and my LinkedIn. It doesn't allow me to do it on Instagram yet. It says coming soon, so maybe I'll start doing that. But I will. So I'm going live in 5 places, and I have the ability right now to post my stuff on 5 other socials. Oh, one of them's also Twitter X. I hate calling it X. I think that's lame. But Twitter. My next topic is going to be. Oh my God! I read the comment in my sister post now, and now I've lost my comment for a local business. Local business. So my sister says my last 2 YouTube shorts were both happy birthday TikToks to Keanu Reeves for 2025 and 2024. I really need to add real vids again. Jesus. Okay, maybe it's okay to wish your favorite actors, your favorite cultural icons. It's okay to wish them happy birthday, but you really need to put some other content up, especially if it's, a little bit related to your business. You're not saying buy my shit language, but you are getting out there and doing a variety of things. So small business, this is what I want to talk about. So you do the same strategy. You're making content every day. You're trying to go live, and you're staying on trend each day. You put up a trend related random content because you're testing what's going viral. So let's say you are a local brick and mortar business. So I don't even know what's a good example. Let's say, okay, because I like game stores, and I went to a gaming store this weekend. I think it's called the Gamer's Den, just off Kingsway Avenue here in downtown Edmonton. So the Gamer's Den, I went in, and there was 2 employees, extremely knowledgeable employees. They knew their stuff. They knew the cards. They, like I purchased some of these sleeves to cover my Magic cards when I'm playing, right? These are just little flimsy plastic things. They're see-through on one side and a solid color on the other. So, and they were like, yeah, these ones are good. Yeah. Right. They knew. And they were like, oh, these ones are just trying to copy these ones or whatever. Right. So those are called dragon shields. And they knew their stuff. Oh, they were amazing. Very helpful. I haven't really played Magic cards in a long time, so I don't know the rules or anything like that. I was used to just playing Magic with the friends, the basement games, right? No holds barred, not one-on-one. We did like large groups, and we made our house rules and stuff, but we were following the cards. And so I'm in this gaming store asking questions. They're just amazing. And the store is empty. It is a giant location because they have, I kid you not, like 6 rows of gaming tables. What is it? It's got to be like, I don't know, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. Like, it is a big location. But all these gaming tables are empty. I went in, I don't know, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something, or we were going to pick up our groceries, so we stopped in at the gaming store first. My wife didn't come in. She sat outside reading her book. And this store was just amazing. They have an online website where you can purchase individual cards. You make your order, and then you create your order, you accept your order, and then they give you a note that says, okay, your order will be ready, or we'll let you know when your order is ready. Come down to the store and purchase it. So they're not actually purchasing online. So it's very local. If you want to purchase something online from them, the individual cards, you've got to be local. You've got to be in the Edmonton area and drive there later that day or the next day when your order's ready, and you go purchase it directly from them. Okay, so they're not trying to be strictly an online business, but they are being local, and they are giving that option. So, I mean, this is a great platform if you're like, I'm building a new Magic deck and I need such and such cards. Okay, it's a great little option. Well, I feel like they're missing an opportunity. You know what? I've never seen their content. I haven't searched for them. I don't follow them on social media. So maybe they are doing it, and my algorithm's just not set up to connect with them, right? So what I would do if I was running that game store, I would be making content multiple times a day, and I'd pull out some random card from the individual card sales section, and I would talk about that card. I'd say, oh, this is a great card when it pairs with this or whatever. Make a 30-second short, a 30-second TikTok, and just say, oh, this is a great card. It does this or that. Or even look at this cool card, like it's new art and it's a foil and it's shiny, and you're not even advertising anything. You're just giving this knowledge about the products, about Magic the Gathering. And you're talking about the sleeves for the Magic cards, right? You're talking about that stuff. You're not saying, here's our product, we're selling this for $14.99, come down to the store and buy it. That's not what you're saying. You're saying, this is the product that everybody loves, and this is the one that we're always being asked about. We just got a new shipment in today. But look at how cool it is, right? That's it. You're not selling it. You're just talking about it. You're trying to give that value. And if you have knowledgeable staff, right, you could even just set up a webcam at the till and just go live all day, right? I mean, that might be if your employee agrees to do something like that, right? But so you spend your time, your local business, your local game store, and you're just talking about the stuff you have. You're not talking about the price or anything like that, really. You're trying to give the value. If you're a miniature store for different games and you're like, well, this is the paint everybody wants. It sticks to the plastic very well, and is, so your little figurines, whatever, right? Like, the idea is you can just, and each set of Magic cards has like over 200 different cards. So if you're doing 1 or 2 cards a day and you're just talking about this Magic card, oh, this is this great Magic card, it goes like this. I found this card today and I'm not sure how to use it. Someone put in the comments how you would like to use this card, or how do you think this card would work, right? Then you get people commenting. Well, anytime a little piece of their content pops off, So that million post, that 10K post or whatever, when it pops off, that's the post you boost, right? They're not paying for any advertising yet, any online advertising. They're just talking about the stuff they have at the store. And as soon as one pops off, that's the one that you boost, or you start doing more content about that. And you boost it. I mean, if you're on something like Facebook, where you can choose an area. So the game store is here. You say, we're just boosting it for a 10-kilometer radius, right? That's it. Or a 20-kilometer radius. That's all you're boosting it for, right? You're not spending outrageous amount of money to cover the whole province or even cover the whole city. You're just doing that neighborhood advertising. So if you think about like a mom and pop convenience store on the corner in some neighborhood, who are your clients? It's not citywide, unless you have some sort of specialty thing that you're trying to attract people to. You're the community. So if you get a piece of content that pops off for your mom and pop's convenience store, you say, oh, we're going to boost that one because it got 10 million views, but we're only going to boost it like within a couple kilometers or 5 kilometers of the store, because your customers aren't necessarily from the next neighborhood or across the city. Like, those aren't your customers. You're trying to get the 20 apartment buildings and the 2 neighborhoods of single family homes around your store. That's what you're going for, right? So, oh, here's the spammer again. It's a different name, a different spammer. Thank you. This keeps happening on Twitch. I keep getting this spammer. Like, every live I've been on Twitch, there's some spammer. He comes up and says, cheap viewers on streamboo.com. So if you're thinking you want cheap viewers, go to streamboo.com. Go stream over there. Me, I won't, because it's free over here on Twitch and my other social medias. And I know this is where the people are. I mean, they're just working to advertise their new website, streamboo.com. Maybe it'll pop off. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a great place to stream. But until my restream.io adds it to the list, I'm not going there to stream. So, too bad, so sad. Spammer. Local business, mom and pop store. If you get a piece of content that pops off, then you just 1-2 kilometers, maybe 5 kilometers max. There's a different situation. We have a candy store here in Edmonton called Sweet Convenience, and they are way out on the west end. They're not even in a neighborhood. They're in a strip mall surrounded by commercial and industrial area. I would say a very bad location, especially when you're thinking about walking traffic and people living nearby, right? Like, it's a bad location for that. What it's a good location for is people driving by to and from work. They stop in and they grab some candies, right? Like, but what they have done, they have created a Facebook community and used their social media to leverage people. And the business has become like this cult classic, this candy store. Everybody knows it. Everybody crosses the city to go to this business. So if they're putting out content on the daily, every time they have one that hits, they could say a larger radius. They could say 20, 50 kilometers, maybe even 100 kilometers, right? Because they have created a larger reach for them. They've created fans from across the city. I hear about people all the time saying, oh, I love Sweet Convenience, right? And I know they live south side of the river, in the White Ave area, but yet they're going way over north side, west end to go get their candy. So they've done something great. Another great example is my wife goes to a yoga studio quite often, and the owner of the yoga studio, what's her business name? Oh, I've forgotten the business name. I was going to give her a shout out. She used to be right across the road from us, and she expanded and got a bigger location. And just as she moved to that bigger location on the west end, kind of northwest end, right next to the Yellowhead, right on Yellowhead, they started all that Yellowhead conversion construction. So it became extremely difficult to try to get to her business location. Again, it's a high traffic area, but when people are blowing by at 90 kilometers an hour, they're not really looking at your store. So it's not really a good location. It's a good location if people are commuting to and from work, and it allows them to stop in for that yoga class after work, right? And then they head home, right? That's a little more like a transient following. But she has done an amazing job. She goes live to sell her product on Facebook. She's got a bunch of cool crystals and stones and things. Like, she's expanded the yoga shop to also have these holistic items for sale, and it's pretty cool. She's done an amazing job curating this community for her wellness stuff, yoga, and the protein stuff. She sells that, and just all these amazing crystals and new age type stuff, right? She's got all that stuff there, but she's making it work because she has this online following. People are on her Facebook group, and they've become the community. When you create a community like that, your business can survive and even thrive, right? She had a rough time at that new location, but she managed to leveraged the social media, and it's keeping her going. It's keeping her business going. So we have these examples of people doing this. And if she gets a piece of content that pops off and a million views, she can boost that. Again, if she's on Facebook, I think that's her primary spot. She has a slightly bigger audience also, because people are already going out to the West End to go to her studio. So she could boost a piece of content at a larger range, because she's basically located a strip mall beside a freeway in an industrial area. So she doesn't have 10, 20 apartment buildings within 5 blocks of her location. And she doesn't have any single family homes to speak of for, I think, like 10 blocks at least, right? So she's going to have to spend more when a piece of content pops off to boost it, to make it useful. So I gotta run to the washroom, boys and girls. Let's take a bathroom break. We'll come back in 5 minutes or less or longer. I'm the boss, but I'll mute my microphone. Make sure you text me if I'm quiet when I come back. I'm back. I'm back. Get back to your TV. Get back to your device. So my plan is to do some pre-recording of something. I think maybe an ad. If I ever get a sponsor for the podcast, I'll probably create an ad. And 45 minutes to an hour in, I'll make this 5-minute video ad. So there won't be dead air, but I'll have time to go pee. Right? So, when you're diabetic like me, you tend to have to go pee. They put me on a drug that makes me pee. So, that's always fun. I have had to request to not be a juror in court twice, because there's absolutely no way I could sit long enough to pay attention to the case. The judge would probably kick me out of there because I'd be requesting to go pee too often. So they have excused me as a juror twice in the last few years, and that's just because I pee too much. So whereas my own podcast, I can do what I want. If there's going to be dead air for 5 minutes when I go pee, I'm allowed. That's me. So shut up your face. So I was thinking about the small businesses while I was in my other office, and if we come back to the gaming store, the local gaming store, and I told you I'd forgot about that, Grandpa Simpson syndrome. They have such a large space, but it's not full of merchandise. Most of it is open for all these rows of tables, and this is for people to come play Magic the Gathering and other games at their location. They have a couple of washrooms there, and they sell chips and pop and candy and stuff because they have people in the store playing games. And I'm tempted to check their schedule and go play games there too, but that's an opportunity to make content and to request the people that come to your store to make content for you, right? Each week we will have a draw for any item in the store you're choosing. In order to enter, you have to make some sort of social media content about us and the store to get that entry. I mean, if you've got 50, 100 people in your store in the evenings or multiple times a week, oh my God, there it is. There it is. You could give a super yearly prize. So each month you have the bucket with everyone's name put in it that posted a video, right? And of course you have the stipulations. You have to mention the store and or our location, and you have to tag us or something like that, whatever social media you're concentrating on, right? So, and these people, when they do that, you could say they have to come to the store to confirm their entry. Okay, so that brings the traffic back to the store. And then they put their name in the draw. So your bucket, your box, whatever you're using for that draw. This could be weekly. So maybe you've got 10, 20 people. You pick one on Saturday afternoon and you're like, oh, the winner, John Smith, come down and pick your free item from the store, right? And then you have like a super draw at the end of each year. All those names that went in to that weekly draw, you now put it in a bigger bucket, and you're saving this big bucket for your New Year's Eve bash. And someone's going to win a gift from the store, right? You create some sort of cool prize pack, just stuff you put together from the store. So it's not really, you're not buying anything special. It's just stuff off your shelves. But December 1st, you create that new prize pack and say, this is what you guys are gonna be up for to win, right? So of course, December, you're gonna have a whole lot of people doing content in December. And then on New Year's Eve or your last day of the year, you draw a name and that person wins this bigger, shinier prize pack. And this could be any business. You're just giving away stuff, right? So the cost of this free advertising you're getting is very cheap. So if you're getting 10, 20 entries each week, that's 10, 20 pieces of content that your customers, your fans are creating for you. It's not, you're not paying for it. Each week, they get a free item from the store. What is it? 20, 50 bucks, 60 bucks, maybe 100, who knows, weekly. The amount of marketing and advertising that happens is, if you were paying somebody, it would be a lot more. You'd be spending thousands of dollars a month to get that kind of publicity, right? And then your big prize pack at the end of the year, it's just kind of double, triple what you would normally give away on a weekly draw. You could change it and turn it to monthly, but I think, I don't know, it doesn't give you enough action, traction, movement, right? So each week, every entrant, you might say, here's a new entry into our weekly draw. Here's John Smith. He just put his name in. He made a great video for us this week. And then you do all your other content. Here's everybody at the game, the Magic tournament tonight. And here's this cool card. Does anyone know how we would use this in a deck? Right? You're making all this content. And here's Jimmy, our store cleaner. He keeps tripping over the mop. Right? And then he shows him just wet mop water everywhere, and he's got to clean it up, and he's covered in wet because he slipped in it, right? Like, these are the videos you're posting. And then your Saturday, it's the big draw, everybody. We're going to make the draw in 1 hour, right? And that's your short video. And then you do the longer video where it's like, oh, drum roll this week. Somebody's getting this, or they get to just choose something off the shelf or whatever excitement you want to do. Maybe there's a new Magic card to come out, or maybe it's one of your expensive Magic cards that normally people have to purchase. Whatever, you got the stuff there. If you're not willing to pay just for marketing because you've decided that social media posting is cheaper, which it is, then giving away a little something, it's like nothing in the grand scheme of things. When the amount of marketing and social media content and whatever that you can create, it'll eclipse it. So if you keep this up for a year, and then you can give the big prize away at the end of the year, I think your business will be doing great. I think you'll have a really great thing going on. It's interactive. It's getting people to participate with your show, with your business. And you certainly should have a little thing, a little poster at your till that says, give us a 5-star review on Google. They scan the QR code, or there's IR tap thing, and it takes people to the website when they tap near that RI radio frequency code thingy, right? Takes you to the Google review page right away. And that's similar to the one I have, which is gone. Oh, here it is. So it's like, if you get any good content or get any good value from anything I said in this episode, please give me a 5-star review. They scan the QR code. You send them directly to your Google business page where they do reviews, and they can just do a quick review. I mean, you should certainly have that. If you got a brick and mortar location, you need to have that there. Now, if you're worried you're going to get bad reviews, stop being a bad business, man. I mean, nobody likes a grouchy cashier. Nobody likes when the manager is yelling in the back room at employees. Nobody likes an overcrowded, disorganized business, right? Do the things that are going to make your customers happy and keep coming back, right? And if you got happy customers, I mean, if you've got 2 identical brick and mortar stores right next to each other, you sell basically the same stuff, almost identical. One store has a star rating of 3 and the other has a star rating of 4.5, you're going to go into the 4.5 store on most cases, unless one store has 5,000 Google reviews and they have a 3-star rating, and the store next to it has 2 reviews and they got a 4.5 rating. I mean, that means nobody's going to the store, and they've stacked the deck. There's no actual proof. There's no social proof that your 4.5 store is better than the 3-star store that has 5,000 reviews. 5,000 reviews is, that's 5,000 opportunities for that first business to learn, to get feedback from their clients, right? Google reviews are amazing. I mean, if you get a bad review, you'd be just like, hey, thank you very much for the review. I'm sorry we had trouble that day. We're taking your review seriously and we're working on this. Thank you very much for your time. That's how you handle a bad Google review, man, right? And of course, if you get a good Google review, you're just, hey, thank you. Come into the store next week. We're always happy to see you, right? Like, treat them like family. But Google reviews are so important, especially a brick and mortar store. And you know what? Even if you haven't claimed your Google business profile, people will still and can still review your store, your business, because they find you on Google. And over on the right side, you'll notice there'll be information about this business, possibly your business. Excuse me. And partway down, it'll say, nobody has claimed this business yet. but yet there's still 10 Google reviews, good or bad, but nobody's claimed this business. That means the business owner has not claimed their Google business page yet. And I think that is a fatal mistake. That you need Google reviews, because so many people get on their Google Maps and they're like, I'm looking for a grocery store, right? And it's like, oh, Ian's convenience store, just 2 blocks away. Great. But it has like 10 reviews. The owner hasn't responded to it, and the reviews are all like 1 and 2 star. Ian's a big grouch. Don't go here. Ian screams at everybody at the store. Like, I saw Ian picking his nose, and then he started to run his till, and then he put my fresh vegetables into a bag, right? like, if you haven't claimed your Google review, you can't respond to the bad reviews. So if you have the worst Google review, you have a 1 star, and it's just scathing, it's completely roasting your business and your employees and your product and your service, and it's just gone right down the toilet, you can still respond and say, hey, thanks for the review. We are taking your comments seriously, and we will work to improve our services. Thank you. Right? Like, yeah, okay, that's something, because it is giving you something, even if it might have been a terrible customer experience for that one person. But we know everybody's different. But even when the Karen comes at us, and the Karen is just blowing up our space, there is still a glimmer of truth behind it, right? It may not be this atomic bomb problem that Karen is making it out to be, but there is still a glimmer of something in there. Find that root problem and address it. Normally, if it's Karen blowing it up, then it's really almost a non-issue, and it's this small little thing, but it still gives you the ability to improve, to tweak something, to make it just that little bit better, right? So get your Google reviews, especially if you're a small business. If I was going to say something else about Google reviews, yeah, I forgot because Karen came in and blew up my Google reviews on me. It's so important for the small business, especially when it's brick and mortar. Make it easy for your favorite happy customers to do something for you, like make a Google review or make social media content. Hi, I'm here today at this location. You can see behind me, here's Wendy, the owner. Yeah, and she gave me some free stuff, right? Like, you got some free content from someone who's got completely different followers, different connections. They go viral on different topics, right? So you've got to create that community. Now, I want to talk about one more business before I shut down today. Our friend Lisa, she owns a global pet food franchise just south of White Ave on Calgary Trail. And so she's she's about 2 blocks south of White Ave. And that's her global pet foods store. And it's just her 3-year anniversary. Good on her. It's been a struggle for her trying to build that business. And early on, I chatted with her when she first opened the store. And I can't remember if I actually mentioned it or if she mentioned it and I told her to run with it, but taking photos of the pets that come into her store, because pets are allowed to come into this pet food store. And she set up this little photo booth area where people can take their dogs and their cats and their pets and put them in front of this photo booth background, and it's themed. She does amazing themes, and the doggy gets a photo in this little photo booth area, and it's just so fun because she's constantly posting the animals on the website. Like it's not, hey, we got a brand new bag of dog food, come in and buy it. That's not what she's doing. She's like, look at this cute dog that came into the store. And she's getting, I've noticed posts from her customers. They take a photo of their pet at home wearing the little pet outfit or eating the new pet food or using a new pet device or whatever, right? And she's able to post that on her socials too, or share it. And I mean, she needs to just triple down on that sort of stuff. And sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles again. But I think she's got something there and trying to create that community. I know she gets frustrated with it, but keep going, Lisa. I know it's tough. Keep going. And I would say just double down on it, triple down on it. You get that social media. And remember, whenever you get a piece of content that pops off, start doing more of that. And if you're going to pay for advertising, it's that piece of content that you want to advertise, that you want to boost. I wouldn't pay for other stuff. Now, she is a store, so she does advertise. She does post about her sales and things like that, and that's great. But I think more of the other non-salesy content is the way to go. Anyway, if you want any links from me, use the link up in the top right hand corner. It is my link tree, and it takes you to all my links. I am an HR consultant and Indigenous relations consultant, but I do talk about marketing a lot because I run my own small business. I've run multiple small businesses in my past, and these are things that I'm learning and I want to share with you guys too. So, yeah, scan that QR code to my link tree. Is there some way to put that to show it? I don't know. There was something that I could do. There was something. I guess it's just my captions or something. Lower third. There we go. There's the link. If you don't want to use your camera to use the QR code to all my links, it is my Linktree link is now on the screen. Linktree link linktr.ee/IanTheHRPro, and that's got all my links on it. If you want to come on the show, be a guest, use the link there to set up a meeting with me. If you want to purchase my HR services, do that. If you want to purchase some small business marketing coaching, you can do that there. We can work together and get you going. But we would analyze your individual business to see what you should be doing. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. So we've been on for an hour 38. Thank you to my sister for watching the show. My mother was probably watching the show. You know, not nerve-wracking enough, right? Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow on the live podcast, we will be talking about Career Club. So we're talking resumes, cover letters, job search, interviews, just all the things you would need to do your job search or to advance your career. We'll talk about that. You can come on the show, or you can just ask your questions in the comments, and I will try to answer them live on the air. And also tomorrow is, I believe, no, I'm a dirty liar. That's next week. Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday next week, I also host a career club program at my local community hall, the Queen Mary Park Community Hall, and that you can come by live and we'll have a chat. You can bring your resume down and I can review your resume right there. And there may be other people there and you guys could chat together about your job search and things like that. So it's a continuing program. I've done it now for, I think, almost a year. It hasn't really gained any traction yet. I don't know if people are just humiliated when it comes to not being able to find a job. But if you want that extra support, come on down. That's usually at 7 p.m. downtown Edmonton, the Queen Mary Park Community Hall. So I'll talk about that more tomorrow and other days leading up to it. So, yeah. I think we're good. Don't know where the sound went. Super quiet sound right now. Anyway, my name is IanTheHRPro. Thank you for watching my live podcast. Completely unscripted, complete, utter dumpster fire every day. So if you enjoy dumpster fires, see you tomorrow. I'm ending this stream. Bye.